Hey, what's going on, guys? Team Fusion here, back with another video, and in today's video I have my Djinn Xyz deck. A lot of nostalgia for the Djinn Xyz monsters. I started playing around the Xyz era, and one of my first decks was the Xyz Symphony starter deck. I love them, I really do. And anyway, let's get right into the deck profile. Starting things off, I run 3 copies of Marauding Captain. When he's summoned, you can spec a level 4 lower monster from your hand, just to help with your Xyz plays. I run 3 copies of Goblin Bird, like Marauding Captain, but he is just level 4, and once he uses effect, he switches to defense mode. I run 3 copies of Junk Forward. If you control no monsters, you can spec this card from your hand. I am missing a copy, so I have a proxy here. I run 3 copies of Mimic. If your opponent controls a monster and you control a level 3 monster, you can special summon Mimic from your hand. Just a good way to get more Xyz plays out. I run 3 copies of Galaxy Worm. When it's normal summoned and you control no other monsters, you can special summon a level 3 or lower Galaxy monster from your deck. And I'm 90% sure Galaxy Worm is the only applicable monster. I run 2 copies of Evil Swarm Mandragora. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon him from your hand. Level 4, you can easily just get out in the field. Next up, I run 2 copies of Shine Knight. I recommend swapping this card out for Gaga Magician if you have it. I just don't. But when he is in defense position, he's treated as a level 4 monster. Just being able to switch between levels 3 and 4 can help you get out some of the rank 3s and the rank 4s of the deck. Lastly, for the monsters, I have 1 Kage Tokage. If you normal summon, you can special summon him from your hand, but unfortunately he cannot be normal summoned or set himself. That is all for the monsters. And getting into the spells, I run 3 copies of Xyz Import. Basically, if you have an Xyz monster, target a monster you control, and target that Xyz monster and a monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to your Xyz monster, and you can attach it to your monster as a material. Next up, I run 2 Overlay Regen. Basically, this card can become an overlay unit for a Xyz monster you control. I run 2 MST for back row removal. I run 2 copies. Now, I run a small equip spell thing because the Djinn monsters on their own are not that strong. I run 2 Xyz Unit. This card will give them 200 attack per rank, and you can detach this card as an Xyz material if you need to. I run 1 Double Summon for the extra normal summon. And the last few equip spells I run, 1 Mage Power, which will give your monster 500 for each spell and trap you have. 1 United We Stand, that will give them 800 for each monster you have. And 1 Stoic Challenge. This gives it 600 for each unit it has, and it will double battle damage. I run 1 Reinforcement of the Army, just to help search out either your Shine Knight, your Marauding Captain, your Goblin Bird, just to get them out so you can, overlay. 1 Monster Reborn, for obvious reasons. Getting into the trap cards, I run 3 back to the front. Allows you to summon a monster from your graveyard in defense position. I run 2 copies of Armory Call. This is just to help you get out your equip spells. You can search an equip spell and then equip it to a monster you control if you really want. Getting into the Xyz monsters, the Djinn monsters, 1 copy of rank 4 Maestroke, the Symphony Djinn. He has a protection effect for your Djinns. If they would be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can detach an Xyz material from that Djinn monster and it won't be destroyed. You can also flip a monster face down. That effect doesn't really come in handy that much. Getting into the rank 3 Djinn monsters, 1 copy of Muzu Rhythm, the String Djinn. When a Djinn monster battles, you can detach material from him, and the attacking Djinn monster doubles its attack. So you can either use him, or if you can get 2 Djinns out on the same turn, like I do sometimes with Maestroke, double his attack to 36, or his own attack to 3,000. I run 1 Mellow Melody, the Brass Djinn. Basically, she can allow a Djinn to attack twice. So, double your attack with Muzu Rhythm, and then Mellow Melody to attack twice. Next up, I rode 1 Temp Tempo, the Percussion Djinn. This one's effect is a little situational. It only works if your opponent has Xyz monsters. So, once per turn during another player's turn, attach Xyz material from this card, target 1 Xyz monster your opponent controls, detach 1 Xyz material from that card, and all face-up Djinn Xyz you control, currently 8500 attack. So this relies on your opponent having a Djinn monster. Or not a Djinn monster, an Xyz monster. I run 1 Humming, the Key Djinn. This is one of the, not the newer Djinn, but it came out, like, you know, after the rest of them. So it's special summon, you can target a Djinn Xyz in your graveyard, special summon it, then attach up to 2 cards from your hand to that summon Djinn from your hand, which, you know, gives it more units to work with, which is really nice. And then it has its own effect where you can detach material for Djinn to attack directly. So one of my favorite, like, little combos is to use Mellow Melody, Muzu Rhythm, and Hum Humming. Mellow Melody allows Muzu Rhythm to attack twice. Hum Humming allows it to attack directly. So use Muzu Rhythm to swing on a monster. Its attack points double through its effect. And then you can attack directly again, because it gets a second attack, and it can attack directly. And it keeps the attack, Muzu Rhythm keeps the attack from its effect. Next up, I run 1, number 39, Utopia. Just, you know, these are monsters that you may use in the anime. I feel like Utopia kind of fits here. And if all else fails, number F0, Utopic Future. Requires 2 Xyz monsters that are not numbers with the same rank. Overlay them, drop Utopic Future. So if you're really desperate, you can summon the Key Djinn, revive a Djinn from the graveyard, and then overlay those 2. Future is annoying, it has protection effect, and if it attacks an opponent's monster, you can take control of that opponent's monster. Alright, that is my Djinn Xyz deck profile. If you have enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload. Make sure you throw down a comment in the comment section below, and I will respond. Bye.